All right.
Happy birthday.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's real nice having this back in the...
I know. It is.
Okay, this guy needs coffee and Crullers. Stash.
And the fact that everybody heard me say it's really nice to have this back in the headphones. Anyways, welcome everybody. I'm going back with the old traditional getting into it. Welcome everybody.
Definitely.
Hope you guys are doing great today. My name is Adam Black. I'm your host, along with co-host
Noah Allen, what's up?
What's up, everybody?
Hello, everybody.
So the spoiler alert of that was today's my birthday.
Happy birthday again.
Like actually today though.
Yeah, I know. You know what though? I thank God for Facebook.
Because it reminds you.
Every year. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, I know.
I need it.
I have not kept a calendar ever in my life.
I always have to have a calendar. I'm a calendar guy, but I don't write everyone's birthdays in there.
Side story, right? Getting into it.
Yeah.
So the first time I went over to Noah's apartment, so like we were just hitting it off, and we're like, okay, let's hang out. I go over to your house, and you're like showing me around and everything, and I think we watched like a Bengals game.
I think that's
It was either that or we came over to watch like a movie that we just
something like that.
It was one of those things, and no, it was
probably a Bengals.
It was a Bengals game because that's what brought up the calendar.
Yes, yeah.
So we're watching this Bengals game, and then like they lose or whatever.
Hey,
and like we're all just sitting there. We're just sitting there like, oh man, or whatever it is. And literally, you just get up, you don't say a word, you walk to your wall, look through your calendar, and go, and you just mark something.
I am a calendar person because, like, I don't put everyone's birthdays in there,
right?
Because I don't have enough room for that kind of a thing, but. I do. I'm a weird person.
You put the wins and loses in there.
I am such a football Bengals fan. I put the wins and losses in there, what the scores are for football. I know. And then I also do like if I went anywhere or did anything, who I did it with.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it's weird.
That makes the calendar?
Yes. And I also have kept every calendar since 2000.
Oh my God!
I know.
Can you actually believe that is 19 years worth?
No, that's gross.
So what's the end goal though? Just to have them as records?
Yeah, I'm just a weird person.
You just want to be like 80 and look through your 2001 calendar. Like,
I do. I
remember this.
I have in the past.
Fast and the Furious came out.
I put movie releases in there sometimes too. Like,
that's so good.
I'm just a weirdo. I don't know. It's just I think it's the historian part of me that I love to have like a record. Now I would never keep a journal because I'm not that like
a calendar is a journal.
I know that's what I mean. Like that's the kind of journal I need. Like I don't have a book to write like, you know, February 5th, I woke up at 8 a.m. and I'm feeling fine. Like, I don't do that sort of thing because I'm not that disciplined with it. But having a calendar is just so much easier. Like, I don't know. Like,
so weird.
I'm so weird.
So incredibly weird.
I know.
But yeah, so Noah keeps calendar and it blows my mind. But Facebook.
Yes, but thank God for Facebook.
Yeah. Honestly, like, Facebook saved my marriage the first few years because I was like, what day is it? Like, what day is my wife's birthday? Like, she's off camera.
I have friends that actually put the wrong birthday in to prove their friendships, like to like proof them.
I would lose.
Yeah,
I would lose in a heartbeat. Like, I'm literally thinking of all my friends, and I'm like, I just know kind of the months. I don't even know your month. It's
oh my God, Tess.
It's November.
No, it's not. It's not even close.
October.
No.
September.
No.
August.
You can't keep going back. It's May.
March?
May. Oh my God.
You said May. And I said
our friendship
March.
Is on the rocks.
I literally.
Oh my gosh.
Facebook didn't tell me.
Yeah, I know. See what happens? Now I know yours is February. Our friend Blake's is October.
Conveniently, my birthday is today, and you know.
Well, I always know it's February.
Yeah.
But the date is always
when's Blake's?
Blake's is October 30th.
Oh man.
I actually remember that, which is funny because I called him today, and I just picked up my phone at work and I just dialed his phone number, and he answered, and I was like, "Hey man, what's up?" And he was like, "You didn't sound like yourself." And I was like, "Oh really?" And he was like, No, you sound totally different. I was almost like, who the heck are you? And I was like, oh, okay. I said, I still remember your phone number. Like, because I had to memorize it.
Right.
Because it was before I had a cell phone, and he's had the same number for that long.
Oh, wow.
I know. I've never
Go ahead and tell it to everybody.
Yeah, no.
I'm sitting here just going, you know what? Our dear, sweet listeners of Coffee and Crullers, I am sorry that this podcast is just taking a weird personal calendar, Facebook,
I know.
cell phone route. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into a few things. So, has there been anything new going on in your life right now? Anything at all?
Well, I mean, speaking of the Bengals, they got a new head coach today.
Did that happen today?
It did happen today.
Okay. So I guess we should say this. I don't think we've actually said this in a while.
Yeah.
You are.
I'm a fan.
You're a diehard fan.
I am.
Yeah.
So much though that if they ever went to the Super Bowl, I couldn't watch it. Like I would be the guy that's like, I need to find a cabin out in the woods and just leave me alone because I can't take their loss.
I dream though of somebody setting up a camera and you being that person that's like throwing
tears.
like a bucket of popcorn at the TV.
It would be if they lost or even if they won, there would be some sort of tears, happy or sad.
See, I don't get that way into I like the Bengals. I like all of our local Cincinnati teams, but I don't get that way at all. But what I do get though is extremely competitive. Against whoever I choose to be competitive against.
Yeah.
So, like, if the Bengals went and I just chose to choose whoever, man, that would be one crazy game.
Well, just like with the Super Bowl, that was kind of fun because
my cat just went downstairs.
Oh, he just ran away.
That's. I'm sorry, that was weird. He just went down, came right back up,
exploring. Yeah. So. No, I just like with the Super Bowl, how it was kind of slow, boring a little bit.
Yeah.
And then just you're so into it, and then all of a sudden nothing's happening. Like for like the first half, and you're like, man, and then all of a sudden it makes me laugh because you are just so you, and you're so animated about it. But you're just like, something's happening.
Yeah, once things started moving. I have to say, so we'll talk about the sports just a little bit longer because I know it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
So we had a Super Bowl party. We talked about this in the last podcast, and we had a few friends come over. We're all sitting there. Hi, Mason. My cat is right here. He is just loving all over me. Anyways, so we had our Super Bowl party, and we didn't really talk about like who we were rooting for or anything because usually once the Bengals are out, we don't care as much. And so
that's correct.
So I went with the underdog in the situation,
Rams.
And I went with the Rams.
Yeah.
But also I don't want to say a disdain towards the Patriots, but I've seen it enough in the past recent years that I'm going, I want to see something different.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So this house became a Rams house.
Yeah.
And we had no, it did. It was a Rams house. And we had everything set up, and I was like, this is going to be great. We're going to root for the underdog. And then Blake, our previously mentioned friend, he comes in with a cookie cake. It's as big as this table.
Let's be honest. It should have said something totally different than what it did.
It should have said something different, but he came in with this cake that could have fed 30 people, and there's 7 of us here. And he comes in, and I'm like, awesome. I was like, does it say anything? And I open it up, and it just says, "Let's go Patriots." And I'm like, what are you doing? Get out of my house!
The funniest thing about it was it should have said Patriots versus Rams, Super Bowl 50. Like it should have, or whatever, 53 or whatever. It should have said something like that, just so we can cover all bases. No one's specialer than others.
See, but I wish it would have been like went with his personality, more Blake's personality. And if anybody would know this guy, it's funny, and he doesn't listen to this podcast, which makes us even funnier. Is that I wish that it opened up and it was like, hey, I'm Blake. I got you a cookie cake. like that's all I wanted it to say.
Football. That's
football. Go team. like that's it.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I think it was overall though it was a fun party.
Yeah, fun to hang out.
Anticlimactic Super Bowl because we kind of all thought it was going to go that way.
Yeah, because we all thought it was going to either be. I thought it was going to be explosive, crazy, bunch of 100-yard passes or
right, and it wasn't.
It wasn't.
It was a defensive game,
so. Yeah, which I like because I like defense more though than the offensive stuff. But back to the Bengals.
Yeah,
since it is kind of related to the Super Bowl, they hired the quarterback's coach from the Rams.
Okay. So in a way,
hopefully
we should have been rooting for the Rams.
Kind of, yeah.
All of us collectively.
Yes, this is true. Okay. But he's going to call the plays. He's going to be the offensive coordinator as well.
Okay.
We'll see how that goes.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, so I'm excited. We'll see what,
I just wish people could understand because they're hearing this. And they're like, man, why are these guys talking about like football and everything?
Yeah.
And they don't understand your love for it. But they also don't understand us us it's just Cincinnatians being like, for the love of God, somebody win. Like,
it's so true.
We need something.
I need a winning season.
We need it so bad.
Oh God, yeah.
So bad.
Well, it's like we got soccer that's now becoming huge here.
But
so
I don't care about soccer.
Me neither. Like, it's like...
But if they win,
I'll root for them no matter what. Because it's Cincinnati.
Yep.
Like, I'm loyal.
We'll
loyal.
We'll see what happens with that. But let's go ahead and let's get into our top stories.
Yeah, man.
Over the top. Top story.
Can we just talk real quick? Every time I play that, I need more movies about arm wrestling.
No, you don't.
I really do.
No, AMC tried that with all their Arm Wars shows. That
I don't know anything about this.
Yeah, AMC tried to do an arm wrestling TV shows for like a year, and they just were horrible reviews.
Oh, I think I remember that.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Sorry, we're already off on a rabbit trail. Do you remember the Great Time Family Fun Center?
Yes,
which was like a local. I don't want to say an arcade. It was literally just like
a athletic.
A place to take your children. There was batting cages, putt.
It wasn't Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, like a play zone area and video games and everything. Do you remember the robot arm wrestling game?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
I used to play that thing all the time.
Oh my gosh!
But like as a kid, I didn't know the movie Over the Top.
Yeah.
So now as an adult, I desperately want to find the arm wrestling machine and be like, turn my hat backwards and be like, I'm like a truck. Like I just want to so bad.
That's ridiculous.
But anyways, I digress. So top stories. So I have one.
Yeah.
This is like a fun, uplifting one.
Yeah.
Really cool experience today. So for my company that I work for, I am our brand strategist at our company. And basically that just kind of entails of, fixing the direction of where we want to go as a business and like what we do. And we had a really cool opportunity to go down to one of the local colleges in the city, and they chose our products to do like a video shoot for.
Yeah.
And it was really cool because they're talking to us and they're showing us everything, and it was legit.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm burping up birthday dinner. It's terrible timing. But everything was legit. They had like the person in like the dolly that like you actually like push a person on,
That's
like stuff
awesome.
you'd see in Hollywood and all that.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is really cool. And like we're watching it, and like it looks really nice. Like I'm watching everything come together, and it was slow, and it was students learning in the meantime.
Oh, okay.
But it was just really cool moment of like it being my birthday, so I'm instantly thinking like, oh, this is a fun day.
Yeah.
But then the guy who is like coordinating everything, the teacher, I don't think he was like a professor, instructor, something, whatever his position was. But he's talking to my wife and I because my wife actually is like the head of this company.
Yeah.
Next underneath of the owner, and then I'm like behind her in that sense, and so we're both working for the same company. And the guy's talking to us, and he's like, "So, like, did you go to college?" And we're both like, "No." Like saying it to like college professors, like they probably want to hear us. And then he's like, so like, how'd you start there? And like my wife is telling him, and she's like, well, I started, at the entry level position, and now I'm here. And he's like, man, that's the American dream. And I was like, yeah, this is like, you're making me feel good.
Yeah.
And then like I'm watching these students, because as somebody who did not attend college, so you'll obviously have a different perspective.
Yeah,
of this.
I would. Yeah,
I did not attend a normal college, and I'm watching this, and in my head, like high school graduate Adam is going, people in college are smart. They have it put together, like they're wanting to do something with their lives.
Yeah.
And here I am just like self-taught on literally everything, no formal education. And I'm watching these kids, and it's like I don't want to say watching a train wreck,
but it's pretty much watching a train wreck.
It's like watching like an infant learning how to walk.
Yeah.
Like I just expected some of these kids to be like, oh, I know what I'm doing. But they had no idea.
Yeah. A bunch of monkeys playing with blocks.
Yeah, it really was. But it was just like this really cool moment of I'm getting to the inspiring part of you don't realize how much you grow as a person over the course of like, I turned 31 today. So, from when I was 21, a lot of these kids were like that age.
Yeah.
And so like from when I was 21 to now, I've grown so much in like, I feel like such a short period of time. And like, I'm watching these kids going, you'll get it one day.
Oh my God.
It was it was really inspiring for me.
Yeah. That's good though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to share that because it was really cool.
It's one of those things of, because I love learning.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah, same here.
For the price tag,
no,
it's
outrageous.
Don't go to college. I view it differently. Like not envious, but like a sense of like, man, I could have just done what I did on my own.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
But the difference is like what I saw today. Because like for me, I, not to get into my life story or anything, but like I was thrown into situations where like I had to pick and choose to like learn things.
Right.
Like I didn't have anybody and I didn't have the means to even go to college. So I was like, okay, I'm going to learn this. I'm going to go for this. And I'm going to like have a hobby of this or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I watched these kids and some of them have that drive, but I feel like some of them didn't know what they wanted.
Yeah.
Like even like some of the students that I saw there today, like they're rolling the dot. They have no idea what they're doing, and they don't necessarily seem like that's what they want to do.
Right.
But it's pushing them to do something.
Yeah.
Which I think that's good for college.
That's one thing. It's like I miss learning. You learn every day if you choose to.
Right.
It's funny because I struggled all the way through of like, what do I really want to do? And to the point now where it's like, I got a degree, but man, I probably shouldn't have got that degree. Like, should have been something else. But
it pushed you, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm grateful for it, you know, but it's just one of those things of like, it's interesting. So did the shoot go okay? And did everything?
It went great.
Awesome.
Like at the end of the day, like it's really amazing to kind of watch because, the instructor is, as much as he was letting the kids do everything. I say kids, like young adults.
They're in that category.
It felt that
way. You could be one of their dads.
No,
that's me though. I'm in that category.
You're not that much older than me.
I'll be 35. That's close. If someone's 18, they're in college or 18 years old, I could be their parent. That's gross.
Yeah, I would have been like 10 though. I mean, I think the youngest person probably in there was like 19, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know how young kids look anymore. Like I just don't even know.
I just view anyone who's younger than me as a child.
That's how same here.
Yeah.
But anyways, it went good. But like what I was saying is though, it's just really cool to kind of watch them not necessarily know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And like you're visibly watching it and you're sitting there just going like, oh my gosh, just please let me step in and help you or anything.
Yeah.
And you're watching this instructor being like, you can tell that he's doing the same way. Like I imagine that he's in the background just going like,
yeah,
like watching. But like at the end of the day, like he would jump in at the very last minute and be like, do it this way, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And he would just like hyper direct them.
See, mine was more academic, so like I'm curious on like that is totally. It's more like a technical.
Yeah.
So that would be totally different.
Yeah,
experience.
and that's so my high school, I got the option to go to trade school.
Yeah.
So my senior year of high school, I actually went to automotive school and I learned how to work on cars.
Yeah.
And so like,
do you think it was very similar to your experience?
That felt very similar.
Yeah.
So like, so I guess I still haven't gotten a real college experience then because I never thought of that as being like college. I always think of college as like a lecture hall and getting talked to.
And the academic.
Right. That's what I thought it'd be like. But this very much felt like my kind of trade school, upbringing a little bit. And it was cool. It was really cool.
The closest thing I ever had was something like there was an antiques kind of class where like we had to. I know. It sounds crazy.
What?
I know. It was basically.
Please elaborate.
I will totally elaborate. It was how to label, collect, and all sort of like artifacts. Like it's basically how not necessarily anthropology aspect, but like
Am I sitting next to like a real life Indiana Jones?
No. I mean, it was interesting. It was like learning how to transcribe letters and like how to.
What?
Yeah, it was a great class. I did it. It was a great class. Absolutely loved it. It's like for museum work. So like you're taking like let's say you go into a house.
You
it's
would be
years
the
old.
greatest.
Oh, dude, I know because
Like,
I'm so nerdy.
I know
it.
you love video games and like you love the career that you're in right now.
Yeah.
You totally need to be that old guy that works in a museum and is like,
yeah.
let me tell you about this painting.
That's more years of college and that's more years of getting paid way less than what I make now.
No, that's just you having to go to a museum and acting like you work there and then not.
Yeah, but it's like okay.
Let me take you on a tour.
So
real quick.
like all right. So for instance, like do you remember that pirate exhibit they had over down at the museum?
No.
Okay, so basically, all right. We're starting at
Well, this
one.
story's getting cut short.
Yeah. So basically, like let's say this exhibit was about this pirate ship they found off the coast of like I think North Carolina, South Carolina, something like that. Basically, everything that they brought up, they had to catalog what it was, what it looked like.
You had a class like that.
Yes. So I had a class that basically looked at items.
Yeah.
What it was made out of, how it was made. Basically, when it was made, your kind of idea of like, okay, it's from this time to this time.
Everything,
and then you had to like kind of map out what it was. Like it was a great class.
Everything is making so much more sense now.
I know.
I'm sitting there going, when I think about Noah, what do I think about? Organizing his comic books,
dude,
alphabetizing his Blu-ray collection,
categorizing everything. It was
making a
really
list
cool.
of his top 10, blah blah blah.
Yeah. Now the coolest thing I did in that class though was like we went out to this house out in like Kentucky that was like it's like a part of the Heritage Foundation or whatever. And in this house, we had to pick through stuff and kind of catalog what it was and kind of where you think it came from, that kind of thing. What like circa it was. So like, is it colonial American? Is it modern? Is it whatever? The coolest thing I had to do when I was there was they had a bunch of like letters from like the mid 1800s to like 1880s.
So like that crazy cursive that's really hard to look at.
And so you had to I had to transcribe what I think what it was talking about. That was the coolest thing I did. Yeah. And it was weird. It was like
that's super cool though. I had no idea.
Cool. You had to I can't remember what they were about, but it was like just the wording and like how people talk to each other and stuff was so neat and like
very different,
very eloquent. Like
it makes me just
so
think
crazy.
of like to tie this into our personality real quick because that's you.
Yeah.
I just want to play Red Dead Redemption now.
Yes, yeah.
Because you go through the houses and you get the letter and you're like, oh, you write in your little journal.
And it was just very, very cool. Like a very cool class. I loved it. Yeah, learning what if you have paper from a certain period of time, like they have these you can't just stick them in an envelope. Like you need to actually have like an acid-free kind of
right. Yeah,
the learning all that kind of stuff. So it was neat. I loved it.
Well, let's wrap up this and then let's go wash National Treasure.
Yeah. Hence why I love Indiana Jones.
Man, I just the more you know. It worked. It worked perfectly.
That's a good job.
I've been waiting to use that one for a while. But man, that's actually really interesting.
Yeah.
I think that's a perfect spot to wrap this one up.
I think so
Weird
too.
Super Bowl post-game pre-education podcast. Wait, post-game? Yeah.
Post-game educational.
What did I say? Super Bowl?
Super Bowl. Are we
whatever.
from the Midwest?
People know what I meant. Yeah, we played some Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. No, you're saying too much now. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't even know where I'm at. I just know that pretty interesting stuff, actually.
Definitely.
But that's going to wrap it up for this one. So, guys, if you were listening and if you've made it this far, first and foremost, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Because, by golly, it's you.
I saw the look in your face to be like, you know what?
Oh,
thank
gosh,
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, people. No, but That makes me so happy. But seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I love doing this podcast. I love talking to everybody. And so if that's one of you people that we love and we're very thankful for, please consider giving this podcast a review. It would really help us out right now. It helps really gain traction. The more reviews we have, the more people that can see us, basically. So any reviews help if you feel like contributing towards that.
Definitely.
Have anything to add to that?
No, I mean, honestly, like the same. I don't know. I don't know. I told space out there.
What are you gonna say?
I don't even know.
Oh, that's funny.
But
guys, that's it. We will see you again in another 2 weeks. We are being as consistent as we can with this. So until then, I'm your host, Adam Black.
I'm your other host, Noah Allen.
All right. We'll see you guys. See you in the next one.
Peace.